Welcome to the Biz Bash podcast, where we make biz strategy a piece of cake. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Cami, but you might know us better as Eliza Ann Calligraphy and Cami Monet. We want to help you, our fellow stationers, artists, and calligraphers, confidently build a profitable and personality-driven creative biz.
We're here to share our honest-to-goodness advice and actionable strategies for ambitious artists.
So put on your party hat, quit being a procrastinator gator, and let's get this party started.
Hello, friends. Welcome to the Biz Birthday Bash podcast. This is Elizabeth and Cami. Obviously, Cami is here with me today.
It's me.
Say hello, Cami.
Hello, Cami.
I'm so nervous right now. You. Oh my gosh. So you guys, first of all, we do apologize that I think a few of you have reached out to us at this point to say, hey, we noticed that there weren't podcast episodes. What is going on? So we are sorry that kind of the ball was dropped there a little bit without an update from us whatsoever. It was radio silence there for a second. But I also think that Cami and I were both behind the scenes, thinking about a lot of things, in regards to our own personal lives and in regards to Biz Birthday Bash. And just so many different changes that we have undergone in the past year. And just really trying to figure out, hey, is the podcast something that is going to fit into our model in the future? And what does that look like? And so, yes, it got very, very quiet, but now we do officially have an update for you guys, an update that you probably are not going to be thrilled about. I will go ahead and just preface it and put it out there and say it. But it is an update nonetheless, because we feel that it is really necessary for you guys to have closure and for us to have closure and for everyone to understand where we are coming from. We definitely owe that to all of you. So there is the formal introduction.
Okay, the formal introduction. And basically, you guys, this is going to be our last episode for a good long while. Okay, no promises there either, but a good long while. The podcast is kind of coming to a close. It feels like the right time for us to make this transition to, close the chapter on this amazing, amazing journey. It's been 4 years since we've done this podcast? I don't even know how many episodes that is, but literally weekly for 4 years of us yammering in your ear every Tuesday. So it is coming to a close because, not for sad reasons, but for fun reasons. We're just really feeling like we need to devote more of our energy, our very limited energy and limited bandwidth to our A to Z directory members, our group there. Nothing in that is going away. Nothing is changing there. In fact, we just feel like it's time to just start shifting the focus there, putting more efforts and our content and our secrets and our advice and our life tips all into that group. So shifting the focus into the A to Z directory and all of our other resources for all of you amazing creative entrepreneurs out there.
Yes, exactly. And that has come from obviously a few different places. And I think for me, I really started to think about things a lot more. I don't know, even at the beginning of this year, I actually think once we recorded the year in review episode for 2022, actually, I think I kind of had this light bulb moment where I was like, whoa, a lot has changed. A lot has changed in the 4 years since we started doing this podcast. And yes, it has been 4 full years. I think we took summer breaks during 2020 and 2022. So 4 years minus 4 months, right? That is literally hundreds of podcast episodes. And to be able to say that we did 4 full years is an amazing feat, truly. And I do feel like all good things do come to an end, especially that's just how life is. Things change, people change, work changes, goals change. There's just a lot of things that have continued to shift. And we were like, you know what? This isn't something that we can continue to do. I think a big part of it, right, is continue to do to the utmost satisfaction that Cami and I would both want to do it, right? We actually literally don't have the bandwidth to do it justice the way we have done it for 4 years. And I think I was like, oh, dang, there's no point in kind of half-assing anything. That's not really how I want to live my life and not how Cami wants to live it either. So what if we channel some of this energy back into our membership and our group and, you know, actually completing our website redo, which we've been talking about.
Doing
and
our
some of these other
tutorials you want to
things.
do, you know, and I think a lot of it too, like we have so much content that like, I'm like, if I have something I want to say, I'm like, okay, I'll just wait for that on the podcast. And sometimes it takes like a month for it to come out, but I don't want to like double dip and talk about it in our group or whatever. So now it can be like, everything's going in the group basically. You know, I have all different kinds of things I want to still talk about that we're not going to really have time, obviously, on the podcast, but I want to talk about in the group. So if that looks like me hopping in live and doing some little video content for you guys there, or having some like chats and Zoom calls with you guys in there where we can actually have like some one-on-one conversations, just like figuring out how to make this more of like a collaborative effort with y'all and not so much us just recording by ourselves in a dark room once a week. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just feels like we just want like more connection with you guys. And it just feels like the podcast has started to naturally come to a close, and just the way things are shifting within the industry as well. And we're all kind of looking for that online community, that group, and we want to make ours the best. So we're going to put our efforts there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, Cami, I would absolutely love that if there's like additional calls that are retail specific, you know, that can really help people out. Like, that is 100% like not my area of expertise. And like, that's actually a good segue into talking a little bit about too, that for me personally, like I will always love paper and be super passionate about it. I think I even said, honestly, like, I do apologize, guys. I do think I said in the year in review episode, like, oh, but this won't change, you know, like my love of paper or whatever, or this won't change like Biz Birthday Bash now that I've pivoted. But I realized I was like, it's actually really hard for me to get back into that headspace of paper when I have been removed from that space for so long. I think it made it like really easy to do the podcast when it was like Cami and I were in that all the time. And so now it's like Cami's more in that. I'm not as much in that. And once again, just like the theme of change. And so if Cami's able to channel some of that energy to like really serve you guys one-on-one and serve you well in the group, and then I can serve you guys from like a systems perspective or finance perspective or whatever else like need be, I think it'll help us like really kind of like jump into our own strengths as well with the community and actually build the community. Because Cami's not wrong. Like, you guys do give us feedback that you love the podcast, but it does feel like Cami and I are only talking to each other and in just like a little room, and you don't feel the community aspect of that. And that's just like the reality of it. That's not us saying that like anyone did anything wrong, you know?
It's all your fault, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's not your fault.
Mom and dad are getting divorced.
Mom
It's
and
all
dad
your
are
fault.
pissed. Oh,
No.
nobody's getting divorced.
Cami and I are not like ending Biz Birthday Bash. We are shifting our energy and shifting our focus, and I don't know, it just like took
or our
time
friendship
to realize
for that matter, because you just made that seem super weird. Like, we're not mad at each other, you guys. It's not anything like that. I don't
we're
want to
not mad
seem
at
like
each other.
we're like
Sorry,
the Backstreet Boys breaking up and there was like some weird drama behind the scenes. I don't know if they had drama, but anyway, that's not what this is about at all. There's nothing like that going on.
No, that's not. I use the divorce analogy because like kids feel like it's like their fault, and it's not anyone's fault.
Do you think I'm mom or are you dad? Like, who's mom and dad?
I think I'm dad.
Your dad? I feel like I'm like the crazy aunt who's like, hello! And everybody's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know why I feel that way, but
dad.
I'm the
She's
dad.
Like, God, settle down. And I'm like, oh my God, we can get ice cream.
Oh gosh, that is so freaking funny. Yeah, so obviously, like, we love you guys so much. Like, the podcast just wouldn't have been possible without all your support, you know, and everything that you have been for all of us. And yeah, I mean, we have had some awesome episodes, some episodes that have given us so many laughs. Right off the top of my head, like, I know that I have loved like the Get Ship Done episodes. Those were some of my favorites. I know. Both of those were so great. The Think Outside the Box, right? That episode.
Oh, that's one of my all-time faves. Most played.
One of my all-time faves, of course. If you guys don't know the story about me getting blocked by a really big name calligrapher, you can go way back to the beginning to hear that one. that's always like a fun, good time. And the content will continue to live on. I know so many of you have built us into your routines every Tuesday, but there might also be a lot of you who are still catching up and still listening through. And we are not going to disappear all the podcast content by any means. Like, please continue to keep listening and going back and listening and gaining those like wisdom nuggets as much as you can through all of our laughter that you can gather.
Yes, the nuggets in between the chaos, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just the end of an era. It really is. I feel so weird and wonky. I just feel like the podcast has been such a part of my life for so long, and now I don't know what to do with myself. I mean, I know what to do with myself. I have plenty to do, but
yeah, that's the thing.
I will try to channel my energy, you guys. I know it was hard to wrangle down there for a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a big part of both of our lives, but I also think, it's easy. It's well said, I guess, to say that we do have plenty to do because there's lots of other things as we have switched our focuses. And I know like Cami has really big goals this year for retail and kind of like switching things up on the back end for her. I don't know how much I can like give away or say, but
I'm sitting here like, what am I doing?
What are you doing? Well, it's not like even a secret, but just that your lease is up, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what am I doing? Okay. Oh, yeah, just like looking for a bigger space, and we'll see if that happens. Okay, just buy some party pennants, you guys.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
Lord. Yes, help fund the chaos. It's the Cami Monet fundraising team. But yeah, lots of big things that we both want to do, and seeing what all kind of fun things 2023 has for us. And yeah, just putting our focus back into the A to Z directory. I like can't reiterate this enough. Like, if you are not a member there, this is like the chance to join, because we're going to continue the party there. We really will. It's only like the party isn't like stopping. It's just like moving to a different house, basically. Like it was like an open house party, and now it's by invitation only. So if you want the invite, you have the invite. You just have to pay the cover fee. Okay.
Yeah.
So come
that's
on
a good way
over.
of putting it.
It's still awesome. It's still going to be fun. And now we can feel like we can really give you guys the VIP treatment in there, because you are VIPs and we love you guys. So let's continue that going in there. So everything's going to be fine. Nobody panic. Mom and dad are having a party in the A to Z directory. Okay. And to get there, it's bizbirthdaybash.com/directory. That is our group. It has our vendor list that's constantly being updated. I have a few new ones that I'm working on for you guys that you guys are going to freak out over. Okay. Acrylic stir sticks, anyone? Hello. Okay, hold on. It's coming. So let me just work some new magic strings that I'm working on this weekend, actually. And more new things. Yeah, so check it out over there.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel really proud of us that we were able to produce honestly such high tier content for free for so long. 4 years is nothing to like sneeze at by any means. And Emily, our podcast manager, was like really complimentary of that too. We love you, Emily, so much. This also would not
saved our lives.
have been possible at all without Emily behind the scenes to like make sure the episodes were getting edited. And we did a year of editing and posting and doing all of that ourselves. And so the other 3 years, it has been Emily doing it.
Wow, that has flown by. I cannot believe that. Like,
yes.
I feel like we only had her for like a year. Oh my
I know.
gosh.
And
wow.
like the other crazy thing to think about too is that, you know, we started it in 2019. That was our first full year. And then our second year was COVID. And so it was like we were a year in and then COVID happened. And there's been so many huge shifts just in like our way of life since then. And just business wise, economy wise, there's been all sorts of craziness. So it's wild to think what has happened historically, if you will, in the 4 years since we started this, like at the very beginning of 2019. And, you know, you guys had been asking for one for a really long time. And so Cami and I were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do a podcast. We had the time of our lives, truly. We're not ending this like on a bitter note or like a burned out note necessarily by any means. It's more of a pivoting our focus note. And
yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Like, I don't want to end on a burned out note. Like, I feel like that would be really bad.
Yes.
I want to end on a nice high note where we just like truly have loved this whole experience. Like, it's been so much fun. Like, I freaking love doing the podcast. I love coming on and rambling to you guys and sharing all the things with you. It's been such a fun time for me to like try to remember things that I've learned to tell you. But yeah, I think our podcast was one of the very best creative ones out there. I'm not just saying that 'cause it was us. I truly think it was. I think we did a really good job and had like a really good balance with the silliness and the goofiness, but also like really action-packed strategies and not just fluff. You know what I mean? Like it was fun, but no fluff. That's what I liked about our podcast. So
yeah, that's a great way of putting it. And also like this will probably crack you guys up too, but you know, we have all our like new cute photos and all of that jazz that we want to continue to use in our branding and our new website. We will be updating the podcast cover art. So I still want that to happen. I still want there to be like a new cute photo of Cami and I that is more current. I just don't want that to confuse you guys into thinking like, oh, the cover art is new, so there's going to be like a new era or that there's a revival or they're starting up again. It's like, no, this really is like goodbye at this point. And like we said, this might not be it for Cami and I in terms of like a podcasting content like arena, you know, for forever, but it's also like there's no promises there. So it is us kind of like putting a bow on it to be like, that should be the expectation for now. Basically, is that we're
like a really pretty bow, but it's not double knotted. Elizabeth's like, oh my gosh,
I love it.
You never know. I mean, you never know, right? Like, or it could be like a really pretty bow, and then we come out with a different box.
Yes, absolutely. Like, there's so many different things that both of us can continue to explore over the years, and yeah, our lives will continue to change, and I don't know, the world will change, and that's just, it is what it is. Like,
changes. But yeah, all good stuff, you guys. All good changes. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to us and supporting us and leaving all these sweet reviews over the past few years and reposting and sharing your stories and laughing with us and asking questions for Q and Cake. Those were the funnest things. I miss Q and Cakes. Oh my gosh, all those fun things. So now instead of Q and Cake, ask your questions in the directory. We'll try to be more active in there because, again, the bandwidth has been really narrow for me, especially right now. I mean, with Mia and everything. So now I can really direct my focus to all of my lovely little Biz Bash babies in the group and give you guys my full attention and full devotion. So,
yep, so exactly. Yeah. I think that's pretty much all. It is definitely going to be shorter because, I mean, there's only so much we could say before we go in circles, and you guys will be like, okay, we get it.
Okay, we got it. All right, that's enough. Just we'll go join the directory and we'll see you in there.
We would love that. So sayonara, everybody. Hasta la vista. Ciao. All of the, words for goodbye. And we love you.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Like so sad. We love you so much. You have truly been the best audience ever. Thank you for all the love and support over the past 4 years. And go have some cake and celebrate. Gotta go, Buffalo. Love you all. Goodbye.
Hey guys, we just wanted to hop in and talk about one of our amazing resources, the A to Z directory. All of us have thought at some point, how did she do that or how did she make that? And maybe you don't know where to start or how the heck to produce this amazing product you've dreamt up.
Well, the A to Z directory is the missing puzzle piece in your biz, you guys. Seriously. So it's built in the form of a yearly membership, and it's your one-stop shop for finding suppliers and vendors for all the things. Literally where to print everything from custom invitations, greeting cards, mugs, koozies, acrylic printing, letterpress, custom ribbon. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And it literally goes from A to Z. From acrylic printers to zipper pouches, we have it in the A to Z directory.
We want to help all of you search less and create more with this list of 300 plus vendors and suppliers. Don't worry, they're very organized. It's not going to be overwhelming and confusing when you join. And this membership also includes access to a private Facebook community. It's incredibly active and involved. And if you need a question answered fast, that is definitely the place to go.
Yeah, our Facebook group really is the best. You guys, everyone is so helpful in there. And we're in there too, answering questions you guys might have. So it's a great way to get access to us and ask us things without sliding into our DMs. So we're more likely to answer you in the Facebook group, just saying. Anyway, also in the Facebook group, this is new for 2020 and we're really excited about it. We are hosting monthly Power Hour Q&A sessions that are live, and these are only available to our A to Z directory members. So you can hop in with us live and ask us all your burning questions in real time and just hang out with us every month. And we do these at different times so you can actually be there live, and the replays are always available in the Facebook group for members.
This resource is priced at $147 a year, which honestly is extremely affordable and is full of so many benefits, such as exclusive vendor coupons for members only. And we would love to have you guys join. Seriously, it's kind of like our family and our tribe. So visit bizbirthdaybash.com/directory to sign up today and use coupon code podcast2020 to receive $20 off your first year. That's podcast, all caps, 2020 for $20 off your first year.
We can't wait to see you in the Facebook group.